As China wraps up the final stages of Olympic preparations, CPC leader Hu Jintao has called for the final push to ensure the Olympics and Paralympics go off without a hitch. Yuan Xiaoyuan has more.
With less than 2 weeks ago until the Olympics, the focus is on putting the finishing touches to the preparations. At a group discussion of the Politburo of the CPC Central Committee, party leader Hu Jintao made the hosting of a successful Olympics the country's top priority. He confirmed the progress that has been made in Beijing and other co-host cities with the unveiling of new venues, the completion of new infrastructure, and the goal of achieving the Green Olympics. But the CPC leader also called for further efforts. He said it's the responsibility of all staff members to ensure a smooth and efficient management and service system during the Games. And he said measures should be taken to provide athletes and tourists from abroad with the highest quality reception. Hu Jintao stressed the importance of hosting a safe Olympics and Paralympics, requiring full security at every stage of both events. He also mentioned that normal social order should be maintained in the host cities as the Olympics get underway. The General Secretary said the Games play a key role in expanding the Olympic spirit and promoting friendship and understanding among the people. He also talked of the need to step up preparations for the Paralympics, which follows after the Olympics, and of the growing interest in disabled sport. Ms. Xiaoyuan, CCTV.
The Beijing Olympic Village officially opened to athletes on Sunday morning. President of the Beijing Organizing Committee of the 2008 Olympic Games, Liu Qi, passed the key to village mayor Chan Zhili. The International Olympic Committee's flag was raised while its theme song was played during the ceremony. The Chinese delegation was the first to enter the village. Later, the delegation held its first flag raising ceremony at the Olympic Village. China is sending a 1,099-member delegation to the Beijing Olympic Games, its largest ever Olympic delegation. The village will close on August 27th and will open on August 30th as the Paralympics village. A day before Sunday's official opening of the Beijing Olympic Village, the operation team of the village held an oath-taking ceremony. All team members vowed to provide the best service to athletes and officials from around the world. The operation team of the Olympic Village is responsible for providing various services. These include accommodation, dining, transportation, as well as cultural activities and media coordination. All the team members vow to do their utmost and always give priority to the requirements of the athletes. China's four-time Olympic table tennis champion Deng Yaping is vice mayor of the village. The village sits on the northern end of the central axis that runs through Beijing. Several landmarks from different periods in the city's history, including the Forbidden City and Tiananmen Square, are located on this axis. The village is only 3 kilometers away from the National Stadium, or Bird's Nest. With just 13 days to go ahead of the Olympics, athletes from around the world are heading to Beijing. A delegation of Polish Olympic athletes arrived at Beijing Capital International Airport on Sunday morning, marking the beginning of a wave of Olympic arrivals that China will welcome in the coming days. Xia has more.
The first group of 44 Belgian Olympic delegates left for Beijing on Saturday. A total of 94 Belgian athletes are scheduled to participate in the Beijing Olympics. The head of the Belgian delegation expressed his goodwill for his team.
My hope is that these people come back and say, whatever the results, this was my best performance ever.
Meanwhile, India held a pre-Beijing Olympic sending-off ceremony in honor of the country's Olympic delegation on Friday. The president of the Indian Olympic Association, Suresh Kalmadi, expressed his hopes for the Olympic athletes to bring back many surprises for their country. 57 Indian athletes are scheduled to compete in archery, track and field, badminton and boxing. Chinese ambassador to India, Zhang Yan, also attended the ceremony.
I'm sure India, as an important country in the sports area, they will do their utmost to win as much more medals as possible for the country and for themselves.
The Cuban Olympic delegation left for China on Saturday. The president of the Cuban Olympic Committee, José Fernandez, read a letter from President Raúl Castro extending his best wishes for the athletes. And Iran also held a farewell ceremony for its Olympic delegation on Saturday. The Iranian national basketball team will be the first group of the delegation to arrive in Beijing. Li Chunxia, CCTV.
Shanghai is a co-host city of the Beijing 2008 Olympic Games, and the coastal metropolis is fully prepared for the Olympic events that will be held there. Gui Xiaozeng has more.
Shanghai Stadium is China's biggest and most advanced sports venue after the Bird's Nest in Beijing. Beyond the extensive improvements made on the stadium last year for the Special Olympics, Shanghai has allocated more funds to comprehensively improve other facilities as well. These include new field grass, lighting, sound systems, screens, telecast equipment and communication hardware. The dressing rooms for the athletes have also been expanded and renovated. Since last week, authorities have also stepped up security measures at the stadium and its surroundings. A 3-kilometer-long fence has been erected around the venue to safeguard the area from any potential dangers. Approved personnel must also undergo strict safety checks before being allowed entry into the stadium. Meanwhile, the International Olympic Committee has also approved 5 other Olympic venues in the city.
We must make sure all the events in Shanghai are held at the highest standard. We must not neglect even the slightest problem or imperfection.
Shanghai is scheduled to host a total of 12 Olympic football competitions. Among them are 2 quarter-final matches, 2 semi-final matches, and a final between the 3rd and 4th ranked teams. Gui Xiaozeng, CCTV.
Shanghai has also been busy upgrading and polishing its public services as part of its preparations as a co-host city of the Beijing Olympics. The financial hub's banks have come up with new services to ensure smooth bank transaction during international bank cards. Zheng Junfeng has more.
Shanghai is going to host a number of Olympic football matches. Bank of China in Shanghai has set up Olympic service counters in every outlet, which provide English language service and 16 foreign currency exchange service. ATMs will accept all international standardized cards. All the outlets near the Olympic venue will extend service hours during the Games period.
Our service represents not only the service of Bank of China, but of the whole banking industry of China.
Other banks are offering multilingual services or even sign language service. Some banks allow foreign guests to use Olympic Speed Pass in emergency cases.
We want to take this opportunity to improve our services. It's important that our customers benefit from the services.
Shops have also upgraded their payment systems. Over 90% of the vendors near Shanghai Olympic venue can accept both domestic and foreign bank card payments. Authorities say the banking sector will be capable of handling all demands during the Games. Zheng Junfeng, CCTV.
Olympic delegations are arriving in Hong Kong to prepare for next month's equestrian event. Most are from European countries, including France, Spain, Denmark and Italy, where equestrian sports are popular. Volunteers help them complete necessary procedures before heading to the Olympic Village. The horses were put in a quarantine for 10 days. The competitors are hoping they can adjust to the local weather conditions and are making final preparations before the Olympic competition begins.